And good morning, everyone. Welcome back to NeelyFX. My name is Michael Neely, and this is the channel where I talk about foreign exchange trading, prop firm trading, building EAs for expert advisors, that is, for the MetaTrader 4, MetaTrader 5 platforms, and just in general, becoming a better trader and showing you what I'm doing and helping you become a better trader too. So this is what I say primarily the Forex markets right now, although I do want to get into stock options at some point. I'm not there yet. I'm a former licensed broker from 2002 to 2004 era, right before the internet put us all out of business. But it is Monday, June 22nd. I've been doing this for quite some time, but this is Monday, June the 22nd. And you know what that means? It's also time for Michael Boutros's Forex.com weekly look ahead. He's a very good statistician. And also a trader, and also someone who's very good. He's affiliated with Forex.com. They do not pay me to say that, neither does he. However, I have been watching him for about 15 years, and he's very good at what he does. And with the projections from a technical analysis perspective, I'd highly recommend checking out that video after you watch this one. I'll have the link at the end of the video in the little card that shows up at the end of the video. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and since we're going to be talking about putting money at risk, let's talk about those risks because you need to know about them. They go something like this. This channel is for educational and entertainment purposes only and does not constitute trading or financial advice. I am a professional trader, not a broker, trading my own capital. I do not solicit funds, manage client accounts, nor do I hold CFTC or NFA registration at this time. As I mentioned before, I have held NFA registration in the past. Forex trading is highly speculative with a high risk of losing some or all of your investment capital. Only trade with funds you can comfortably afford to lose. And the CFTC risk disclosure goes like this. Forex trading carries a high degree of risk and may not be suitable for all investors. The high degree of leverage can work against you as well as for you. Before trading Forex, consider your investment objectives, experience, and risk appetite. You could sustain a loss of some or all of your investment capital. So with that, let's go ahead and get into what we are looking at today. I need to move some screens around real quick because caught myself off guard. I do that sometimes. And I can't hit the pause button because then the video will stop and I'll have to start all over again. And I don't have time to do that today. So with that, let's go ahead and see what we are looking at today. First, let's go to, might as well show you what I'm doing. This is Trading Forex for Profit. This is my website. This website that I'm building to help me become a better trader and help you become a better trader. And we are looking at the calendar so far today. And the only big events happening today that I see on the horizon, and I forgot one of them, but it's CPI for Canada. They've got 4 versions of CPI, and here are they. Here they are. They are going to post on June 22nd today at 8:30 a.m. about the same time Michael Boutros' video takes off. So that ought to be interesting. Oh yeah, something else I should mention is that full disclosure, my live accounts are with Forex.com. They do not, again, I'm not an affiliate. They do not pay me. However, I've been trading with Forex.com for about a decade now, I guess. But at any rate, let's get into something else, which is going to be the market pulse, as I call it, or the risk on, risk off O-meter. And right now, it is. This does not update as much as I'd like to. I think it updates every 15 minutes. But this is what my option of it looks, and it's going to about neutral right now. With this is primarily Forex. There's not really a whole lot of other inputs like stocks, like what the DXY, what it's doing, or probably the DAX, the FTSE 500, 1000, something like that, the British stock market. So we're not taking all of that into account. It's pretty much strictly Forex, and this is what it's showing right now. And to compare it, I wanted to compare it to the to baby pips. They're showing risk on, and they are also taking stocks into account too. So it shows down here, they have, it shows exactly what they monitor. They also use Bitcoin as an indicator. I don't use Bitcoin at all. I don't like Bitcoin. Although it is probably an indication of something. What I'm not sure. And then we'll come over here and take a look at this real quick and compare it to Great British Pound is on top, followed by the Swissy, dollar, euro, Canadian, and with Japanese yen on the bottom, and mine looks like this: the Great British Pound on top, the Swissy, the CAD, the US dollar, the euro, the Kiwi, the Aussie, and the yen on the bottom. So Pacific Rim is not doing very well this morning. As Monday starts off, that's okay. I'm sure they'll turn something around. So the market pulse is working and working great. I'm learning to trust it better because it took me about a month to get that thing set up. But it is now along with AI. It took me about a month to get that thing set up, and it is finally working to my liking. So I guess we can go forward to that. What else are we going to talk about today? Oh yeah, let's talk about my yeah, here we go. Let's talk about my expert advisors that I have here available right here at the marketplace. My products right here. We've got the Bollinger Band and Mean Reversion Pro right here, and the Bollinger Band and and RSI Mean Reversion Pro for MetaTrader 5. It'll have another download overnight. Hey, how about that? So these are working. Feel free to go to these and download them for free. Test them out. Check them out. Back test them to your liking and see if maybe speed it up a notch. I have mine set for the euro versus the dollar, and it works better on the 4-hour period with the daily confirm. I think it's how I have that set up, if I remember correctly. But it's I have those also running on my live accounts, both MT4 and MT5. So they don't trade very often, but they are very, very good at when they do trade. As you can see right here, this one has a expected profit factor of 3.92. That's pretty good for an EA. However, you'll also see that in a 6-year period from 2023 to, according to back testing, 2023 to present, it trades, what is it, 19 times, 19 longs, 26 shorts. And it's not perfect, but it does well. So check it out, see if you like it. It might be able to help you with your trading. Let's see, with that, let's go ahead and get into today's markets and see what we're showing today. And we are session disconnected. Oh no, let's reconnect it and let's get into the dailies, since I have not looked at this since we got into the since I did the other thingy yesterday. The weekly look ahead, my weekly look ahead yesterday, which is always fun. Not as good as Michael Boudreaux's, but I do the best I can. And there is the, for some reason we're not getting both of these in here. Or are we? So the correlation indicators, the US 10, Japanese 10. I had this set up where it worked. Let's go ahead and refresh it and see what happens. Reload. And we don't let Bitcoin take the leap. Forex edition. I'm not sure what that is. I'll check that out later. So is this not working this morning? Have the US 10 right here, and then we have the Japanese 10 right there. There we go. Now it's working. Okay, yay. So something was going on their end, I think. Maybe. So we're almost set up to do this. Bitcoin, we'll talk about Bitcoin a little bit. It is a major thing. Just because I don't like it does not mean that a lot of people don't. Highly recommend liking it. Getting messages this morning. And let's see what a couple of these are real quick. Sorry about that. I do these in one take, so sometimes something comes up and I need to check it, and this is one of those times that something has come up and I need to check it, so bear with me for just a sec. Let's have a look on my phone. I did get a new Fitbit watch yesterday. Yay, so everything's wonderful. We are in wonderful land this morning. Okay, so great. Let's go to Bitcoin. Bitcoin's showing a little bit of promise right here, coming off the bottom right there at 50 or 63.36. Not really a bottom. Bottom's really down here at about 60,088 or 880. Again, I don't like the fundamentals. I just don't like the general idea of Bitcoin because if electricity goes away, your Bitcoin goes away, and that's the thing that that a lot of people will fight me on. And but if you lose your hard drive, your Bitcoin's gone. So you just lost millions. If you're sitting on, let's say you bought. I've just seen too many stories where people have been trying to track down hard drives going through the dumpster where they threw away a computer, but then had their Bitcoin codes on them. and now I can't access their account, something like that. So I'm not a real big fan of Bitcoin. However, a lot of other people are. If you are, that's great. I'm not knocking you or anything. But it's sitting right at the 20-day moving average. So I don't know that I would jump in with that with both feet right now. Let's go ahead and talk about the US 10-year right here. We have the US 10-year right here, coming up, opened up high, and then it's coming off that high, so it's starting to fill in that gap between 4.47, and I think it opened at 4.5 yesterday. It did because, well, I think we resumed bombing or something like that in the Middle East, or the deal fell through, the deal to have a deal fell through, something's going on. There are a lot of shenanigans. There are two different negotiation types. I took a course from Coursera from Yale University on negotiating, and I thought it was totally weird because the first person that asks for negotiation automatically gets 3/4 of the pie or something like that. And that's the quote unquote stunt that Iran is pulling. And it's not a stunt, it's just a different negotiation type than we're used to in the United States. I don't understand it. It's based on some ancient Sumerian type of negotiation, and it doesn't make any sense to me because I don't know why the first person that asks for negotiation automatically gets a bigger chunk of the pie or whatever. But at any rate, Japanese 10-year is perking up a little bit, and it's holding on to that 2.675 mark. So we'll see if that comes down a little bit further. And the importance for this is the yen carry trade. So we'll look at this right here, and we have, that's why I really like this chart, because it kind of shows off the yen carry trade a little bit. And this is the US 10 versus the Japanese 10. They are converging a little bit more, but they are not closing anytime soon. I don't see the yen carry trade falling apart. It is there. However, the more prominent carry trade, as I discovered yesterday at my site right here at where is it? Rates. Here we go. Interest rates. The biggest carry trade right now would be the Aussie versus the Chef, or the Swissy, which is kind of an interesting trade. I've never even considered that before until I put this page together, and it lo and behold, I was comparing interest rates, and that's the strongest of the carry trades. So if you really want to get into a carry trade, that would be one to take a look at, the Aussie versus the Swissy. I'm not touching it yet. I'm watching it, but it is an interesting idea. But at the same time, I'm not jumping into it with both feet, but we shall certainly see what happens after that. So with that, let's go back to the charts and go back down to the euro versus the Great British Pound. And the British Pound is very strong against the euro today. That may have had something to do with Keir Starmer's resignation. I think I saw a headline that said he resigned overnight. And he was under a lot of pressure to do so anyway, for whatever reason. He's been a very, very controversial leader, or in some people's eyes, not a leader. Here we have the DXY coming up next. Starting to take off a little bit. 100 to 80.84. Looks like it could go higher. Weekly high close. We'll see if it really goes over that is 100.89. Well, basically 101 spot. If it goes over that, then we're going to be looking at a whole different ball game of higher inflation in the United States, possibly, and the U.S. dominating the Forex charts again, like it did back in 2022, 2023. In which case, we're going to be watching a lot of dollar versus the yen action going up. A lot of euro versus the dollar going down, like right here. It's kind of gotta hold on to that resistance right there, just above 114 and a half, 114.59. So we'll see if that holds on there. It's starting to get a lot of resistance right there. So we'll see if we can hold there. That would be neat. I'd also set up my next trade. Let's see, pound versus the dollar, perking up a little bit more, 132.42. So it's coming off of the 132.30 from Friday's close. Dollar versus the Swissy, not off to the races. It's starting to run into some headwinds too. A lot of resistance right there. Oh, support was the other direction. Okay, this is support, not resistance. My bad. When I'm thinking of the direction, I'm thinking resistance to that direction. So resistance to downward is called support. So yeah, my bad. Oh well, back to the dollar versus the Swissy. We're into some resistance here. which is not support. That's been a resistance area for a long time, from about 81.11 down to 81.75, so about a 35 pip area of resistance. We'll see if it can break through that. That's the mark we're looking for right there. It's the November 2025 daily high close. Yeah, it's good. So we're going to put a line on that. We can do that. We'll put a horizontal ray right here, and we'll call this right here the 2025 daily high close. So there we go. Put that right there. And see if we can break that. If it does, then it might be a thing. Might be something to pursue a little bit higher. Then again, you're also chasing it, so it's kind of a see where your stomach is for that one. Dollar versus the yen. I have been waiting for intervention for 4 years now, and I've never gotten it. Never gotten intervention that was any meaningful intervention that took place. It is still going to the off to the races. This is the dollar strength trade. If we see it over 101, then I would go ahead and get more on into this. Again, about 162.15 would be my entry. Again, we'll see if that holds because Japanese intervention is on the way. They've been threatening it for a while now, but they haven't done anything because I think the BOJ's out of bullets. I think that they're running out of room on what they can do without putting their entire economy into peril. British versus the pound. British pound versus the yen right here, aka the dragon. Not been as dragony lately. Been very range bound. 214.16 is the high on that. Euro versus the yen, 185.32. Again, perking up a little bit. Not as much as the British pound, though. Canadian versus the yen. Following the oil trade closely, we have it's kind of stuck at 114.15 and coming on off of its highs, and I think largely due to the oil trade. Because Canada is a large oil exporter, and Japan imports 100% of their oil because they don't have any coming out of the ground. So that's what that indicates there, and this is another indication of it. Look at that nice gap filled in right there. It's got an open of 78 and it came all the way down to 75.33, 75.32. So we're looking at some fun. So it looks like whatever's happening, the Straits of Hormuz appear to be open according to the way from the market's perception. So anything that says the Straits of Hormuz are closing, I don't think so. Not with NYMEX crude oil coming down. Canadian versus the yen. Look at that. Off to the races. Let's see if that can continue. Running into some resistance there at 151, 141.67. And again, the high on this we're looking for is 145. Could go that high. I think there's also a carry trade involved too. Because I think we're at 3.75%. They're at 2.5%. So 1%. You'd gain 1% on that. So that might be a position to consider. Right now it is mighty high up there. I don't know that I would, might be looking for a turnaround before I jump in on that one. I'm heavily involved in this one, and I wish I weren't. I'm in at about 70.80, right up in this area where I thought it was going to continue, and it didn't. It buckled. So I am down about 80 pips on this right now on 3 accounts. I'm not happy about that. I would like to see that go higher, but it will turn around. So it looks like it's holding 70 very, very well. I think it slipped down to 69 at some point overnight, but I woke up and looked it up real quick. Went back to bed. Went back to sleep. My sleep score was not that high last night because of the Aussie. We have the dollar gold right here. Gold versus the dollar. It's having fun at 42.08, starting to perk up a little bit as concerns get away from the Middle East and more towards the fiscal health of a lot of countries out there. Platinum. Just trying to fill that gap between the open of 116.66 and Friday's close of 17.07. So it's got a ways to go yet before it fills it, but it's trying to see if it can fill the gap. Maybe today, maybe tomorrow. Palladium, again, trying to fill the gap also and struggling at 12.81. Silver did not have a gap to fill. However, it was we've got starting to get a little bit of a bullish engulfing candle right there. So we'll see if silver can take off from 66.46. Software sector will be traded later on today, but I have no idea what it's going to look like because I don't know what it's going to look like. At the same time, I'm not going to look it up. If you want to find out what your electricity looks like, it's going to look like that. And it is not up yet, but it certainly will be. This May 2026 numbers came out, and it is higher. It's up 1.1% on the month. So, and right in between these two higher Bollinger Bands, the 10-period Bollinger Band and the 20-period Bollinger Band. So we're going to see electricity prices continue to go up as data centers go up and drive the price of electricity up, because it's everyone. I hear somebody talking about, well, we need to make them self-sustaining. Well, they're not going to be self-sustaining because they don't have to be, because that's not a prerequisite going in. Instead, it's going to feed off the consumer, and basically AI's electricity demands are going to be, you're going to be paying for them, whether you like it or not. That's the hardcore truth about it all. Dollar versus the Chinese yuan. I started watching this because of my interest in the Pacific Rim and Australia, New Zealand, and those pairs. I don't trade the New Zealand versus the dollar because of the Kiwi versus the dollar. It's just not liquid enough. I tried to trade that a few years ago, and it was just tried to trade a rate hike on it, and it was just the data coming in. It was just so slow and jumpy, extremely jumpy. So I did not do that. I won that trade, however. It was a trade to remember. It's a lot of fingernail biting. So with that, that is all I've got today. Don't forget to check out Michael Boutros' video at the end of this video, which is about right now. You should be staring at a link down below shortly on the card. I'm going to post it as the card on the video. And that's about all I've got today. Again, if you like this video, hit the thumbs up button. If you want to see more of these videos, then subscribe to the channel. I'd love to have you. And if you want to talk to me directly, hit me up in the comment section, and I'll get back with you as soon as I can. So you guys have a great one. I'll talk to you later. Bye.